Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tara, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at your grand transformation. Okay, please be aware that this reading is going to be based on the Scorpio lunar eclipse happening on Friday. However, this reading is also a timeless reading if you watch after the lunar eclipse, okay? So you can take both energies depending on what time you are watching this reading, as it is a timeless reading, but I have also set the intention that we're going to be looking at the transformational shifts that happen and take place for you during the Scorpio lunar eclipse on Friday, on May 5th. Okay, so I actually kind of looked at the what's kind of happening that day. The numerology of that day is 555 because it is on a Friday, the 5th day. It is on May 5th, and May is the 5th month. So it's 555, which tells me this is going to be a time of big changes happening, and it's also in the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio is a very transformative and kind of energy, you know what I mean? And it's going to be a time of major rebirth and letting go of karmic cycles that you're not wanting to keep around you anymore, to create new, better cycles that are more in line with our soul's mission. So I see that during this time there's going to be a lot of emotions that are being released. Kind of things that we need to heal are going to come to the surface through our emotions, through our triggers, so that we can heal that and let go of it. And as we do that, it allows us to kind of rebirth in our energy. And it also helps us unravel what has been hidden, neglected, or forgotten. It allows us to own our power and get rid of the old and kind of go into the new energies. So you may have a lot of revelations or epiphanies or just kind of weird moods. I said move by mistake, maybe moves. You may have weird moods during this time, so it may just be a very emotional time for you, okay? So I kind of just wanted to tell you what the kind of energies were about before we go into your reading. So please also be aware this is a general reading, to only take what resonates and leave the rest, as the messages may differ for everyone watching. Okay, so for pile number 1 we have Amazonite. For pile number 2 we have Amethyst. And for pile number 3, we have this rose quartz heart. I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to. If you're drawn to more than one pile, you can pick 2 or all of them. Your intuition will always know best. And if you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I will see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this Amazonite crystal, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at your grand transformation, okay? This reading is going to be based on the lunar eclipse energies, but this is also a timeless reading. If you didn't hear my intro, kind of explaining the energies, I would suggest listening to it to also understand the energies that are taking place better. But as I said, it's a timeless reading, so if you watch this after the Scorpio lunar eclipse on the 5th of May, Friday, 2023, then this reading's still for you. It's still valid. Okay, so you chose the card Crystal Keys. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of your cards. But before I do, please note that this is a general reading, to only take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay, so for your cards, we have Freedom. I love this for you. Let's see what your other cards are. We have Unique Gifts. This is beautiful. We have air with paradigm shift. I don't know why I'm smelling muffins, like muffins and coffee. Perhaps that's like a symbol for something, or maybe some of you are eating that while I'm recording this video. I don't know. I'm just smelling that very strongly, and it smells good. It smells sweet, like a sweet aroma. So perhaps if you're not, perhaps it's just a sign of like sweet, beautiful things coming in this next transformation. We have the card Fire. We have the Eight of Emotions, which is the Eight of Cups. We have the Magician. We have the Eight of Materials, which is the Eight of Pentacles. We have the Fool. And lastly, we have the Nine of Emotions, which is the Nine of Cups. Okay, my pile number ones, now that we have your cards laid out, I see exactly how your grand transformation is going to be. So if you are watching this during the lunar eclipse, before or after, I do see during this time it can be a very emotional time for you, my pile number ones, but I don't want you to fear these emotions that may come of this eclipse. Okay, so since you have the Eight of Cups, we literally see an eclipse here. Is that not a synchronicity? Is that not cool, my pile number ones? And this card talks about letting go and walking away from things that no longer serve us, that no longer have a place in our lives. So I see a lot of you letting go of emotions and triggers and things that you no longer want to carry with you. I felt the pain in my left foot. So this is like Spirit's reminder that during the eclipse, you may want to take big steps, big leaps of faith, but they want you to first focus on the spiritual step in front of you, because the left side of our body is the spiritual side, and our feet are where we take steps. And the funny thing is, as I saw that, I went on my phone and I have this I Am like affirmation app that gives me different affirmations each day. But if I see one for while I'm busy doing a reading, then I know it's for my clients or for the readings I do that day. So it says here, I feel incredible happiness with each step I take forward in life. So that is very cool that that's showing that. And I mean, we even see two different women walking here in two different phases of their life, two completely different phases of life. So that lets me know this transformation that is happening for you, this grand transformation, it may put you a little bit off balance with the emotions that come up, but Spirit wants you to first focus on the emotions, releasing those emotions, since the Eight of Cups and Crystal Keys is the first cards we see here in your reading. And then after the lunar eclipse, after releasing all those emotions, you can take that physical step of action. Okay, this is what I'm hearing from your guides. So I feel like this next transformation is going to be full of steps towards a new journey that is going to be very sweet, which I will get into in a moment. So I'm hearing from Spirit it's okay to speak about your feelings in this next transformation. It's okay to speak about your feelings. It's okay to be vulnerable. And you are going to learn that over this next phase. You even picked the Amazonite crystal, which is a crystal of healing, like deep healing, okay? So with the Crystal Keys card, the Crystal Keys talks about each trigger we have with our emotions teaches us a great deal about ourselves, about our experiences, about our traumas, about what we hold on to within our subconscious mind, within our emotional field, okay? So for example, let's say I am getting triggered by something. That trigger is showing me where my wound lies, where my deepest wound lies. But sometimes we just see the symptoms of those triggers, those emotional triggers, and we don't understand them deeper, on a deeper level. I'll give you my own example. I'll give you my own kind of examples and how I work through them. And I want you to think about it as you move into this lunar eclipse energy. So, we see the two fish of Pisces here, which is letting me know that you're going to be feeling a lot of feelings during this lunar eclipse, but it's going to allow you to release, as we see in the Eight of Cups, release what no longer serves you. Let it go. Goodbye. Terrible emotions. We don't want you anymore. Goodbye. And we see 22 here, so I see that as like you going towards your destiny, you going towards the best possible path for you, my pile number ones, where you are now free of those emotions that you once carried. Okay, so let me give you my own examples. But as I said, like, the triggers show us deeper about our wounds and who we are and where we need to heal, okay? So triggers are not bad. They're actually showing us our emotional field. Our body is more intelligent than we think. They're actually showing us where we need to heal, but we often ignore it and think it's just an emotion or it's just us being unreasonable. No, it's not us being dramatic or unreasonable. It's a trigger. It's a wound. Okay. Spirit is showing me a wound being licked. So it's like a trigger is a wound that is being licked, but in the moment, like, Spirit is showing me a dog licking the wound, but I take dogs as like healing energy, because animals have very like healing, loving energy. But like when that dog licks the wound, it might be painful in the moment, but it's healing, if that makes sense. Not literally dogs licking wounds, but metaphorically. So my own example for this is the one day I got really, really triggered, and I have been triggered by this type of thing before, and I didn't understand why I was so angry about it, why I had such an intense emotional reaction to something small. And that's how you know something is a trigger, when it doesn't match the situation at hand. Okay, so it actually happened to me a few times where I was working and I had clients and everything like that. This is a little bit embarrassing to be a little bit emotionally vulnerable, but oh well. I had a day or a few days where I had a whole schedule set up, right? I had my time slots set up. I am not a very organized person, but my boyfriend brings in that kind of stability of organization. But now I like that organization. You know what I mean? Now I like a schedule. I like things going by schedule. I don't like it to change. I don't like when plans change. I don't like when things change. It makes me feel very uneasy. So I had a few times where clients would, just ghost me. And then that appointment slot was empty, and I was like, and then they're like, can we do later? But later on in the day, I'm fully booked. Now I must change my whole schedule for this person. Now I must change everything for this person. And I got so triggered by instances like that. I got so angry, like especially when people don't honor my rules that I set in place, because I set them in place for a specific reason. You know what I mean? And I started to feel like I was dramatic for getting angry at this. You know what I mean? Getting angry at these little nitty-gritty things that it's like the outcome isn't going my way and I'm getting angry at it. You know what I mean? I'm getting frustrated and I want to change it back to the way I like it. So I had to, really, really get angry a few times to look within and see where it comes from. And then I saw during my childhood, I did not have that stability. So now I cling onto it like everything I can have. I did not have the ability to have that control over my day, or be like, you know what, I want to do this at this time, this at this time, this at this time. I had to do everything as per another person. So now when I am doing something for another person as per their time, it makes me feel like I am being controlled like I was in childhood. You get what I mean? So even though I am not physically being controlled, it brings up that same feeling from childhood, that same wound. Okay, let me give you another example. Let me just think quickly. So that anger showed me where I needed to set stronger boundaries, where I needed to also understand where to let loose and not have so much control over things. And kind of just go with the flow and not try to control everything. Let me give you another example. I'm just trying to think. This one is a little bit personal. I don't know if I want to say it, but Spirit is showing me it. Okay, so I had one day where I was sitting with my boyfriend and with my ex cheated on me a lot of times. He would kind of just like girls' Instagram photos, like bikini photos, like nude photos. He would cheat on me, and I found out after, he cheated on me so many times that I didn't find out. He was just that gross and disgusting, but it left some kind of trauma in me. So, psychologists say that infidelity can be seen as trauma. And now in my romantic relationship, I am in my first healthy romantic relationship. That one from the past was not healthy at all. It was very, very toxic and emotionally abusive as well. So I sometimes get very triggered when we are walking in public and I see other women, and this is a little bit personal to let you in. It's a little bit vulnerable, but I guess I should be honest with this to also set an example to you, my pal number ones. But I get triggered when I see women in public and they're really, really sexy or hot. And then I feel like, okay, what if he's looking at them? Even though I know logically he's not the type of man to look at women in public. He's not like that. He's loyal. I still have that trigger and wound with me. It's not as bad. With my ex, I used to get really, really jealous and really, the word reactive abuse, that kind of energy. So with my boyfriend right now, it doesn't happen often where I get triggered with that wound, because I have kind of healed it, but sometimes it does happen where I literally feel like the world is caving in on me, and my boyfriend is gonna leave me for someone else, someone much prettier, someone much better than me. And I know it's not a thought we should have, but it's a wound I have. It's a trigger I have from that instance of not being treated the way I wanted to, not being treated with love. And now that I am being treated with love for the first time, it is kind of difficult to accept that change, because we think that when love comes our way, we will be open to it. But sometimes it's difficult to believe that it's really there for you. You know what I mean? And that was another wound I had, another trigger I had, where I had to really look within and figure out, why does this trigger me so much? Then I realized, oh, my ex treated me like this. He would do all these bad things to me, and now it is in my subconscious brain that is how a man treats a woman, where it's wrong. I need to reframe my mind. So that is showing me, that trigger is showing me where I need to heal my heart. So those are just examples of how our triggers or wounds can show us deeper into our subconscious mind, our soul, and why that wound is there, why the root of it is there. And when we do what they call shadow work, well, I like to do it in a specific way. Some people like to journal and journal their feelings out. For you, I feel like perhaps talking about it, some of you may be difficult. So I think journaling would be good for you, or listening to music, crying it out, finding ways to feel your emotions during this lunar eclipse. Finding ways to release, even art therapy, even kind of just sitting with your feelings, and like I said, listening to music that makes you feel that specific feeling. That is healing on its own. Find ways to feel your feelings during this lunar eclipse and to release, my pal number ones. That's going to be very good for you. It's going to be very healing with the time of, the eclipse going. It's going to be a very transformative time for your emotions. And as we see crystals here, it's going to heal you. Very much so. It's going to heal you, because you even chose the card of blueness. It's blue here on the side, and this crystal's kind of blue. The other Amazonites are like green, but this one's blue. Blue I take as like healing energy, serene energy. So this period of time is going to be very healing for you, my pal number ones. And with the Pisces fish, that is all about feeling your emotions, feeling into those feelings to release. Spirit is showing me Alice in Wonderland, where she is in a big teacup, and she's like, oh my, I've cried so much that I've flooded the whole kind of room, like that kind of energy. So Spirit is showing me that, and I think tears will also be healing for you over this period. Spirit is kind of showing me like blowing your nose, throwing in the toilet, and being like, goodbye. Like letting go of that energy when you cry. But I see that a lot of the emotions you're going to be feeling is going to free you. Is going to create more room for more happier experiences within your emotional field. Because the thing is with energy, when we carry things, we need to let go to make room for more. Lexi the Leo once said, I like her channel a lot. She once said on one of her videos that when we move into a home, we first have to take out the furniture before we buy new furniture. So this is exactly what I see here, that kind of example. And we see a lot of fives in your reading, 5, 5, 5, 5. So this is going to be a time of deep change. Internal changes first, as I said, with the left foot first, the spiritual emotional step first, and then the changes come through the physical after the internal, if that makes sense. So I see that during this time of you freeing yourself of those emotions that once held you down, it brings in deep change to your internal world, but also your external world, where it's a very transformative pace of stepping stones to your greatest timeline, to your greatest future, is something I'm seeing. With the paradigm shift card, I feel like these small little changes, Spirit is showing me a domino effect. these small little changes that you integrate and heal within this time period is going to be like a domino effect towards your future, where you now have more freedom, where you now completely change your reality in little baby steps, like a domino effect. And I see that very heavily. Like, you might not see the changes immediately. Spirit is almost reminding me of, like, you know, when you first start gymming, and I just saw 444. You're very protected in this next phase as well. You know, when you start gymming and you kind of first start and you don't see any results yet, but after like 2 months, you start to see incredible results, not just with your body, but also your skin. Your skin starts glowing. You look much more healthy, radiant. You feel much more energized, and you start to feel the actual effects of getting fit and healthy. It's the same thing here. As you integrate these small little changes and integrate the kind of lessons you have learned from the emotions and what those emotions taught you, because our emotions are our great teachers, you create a different reality with the Magician that is much more free, that is much more open to change. You even have a spider web here on this freedom card, on this dragonfly. Dragonflies to me represent ancestors and loved ones. So I see this as, you know, your spirit guides, your loved ones helping you out, helping you create this reality. As we see the spider web is the energy of a spider weaves its web, it creates its reality. And here we see the Magician. You are changing the energy, walking away from what doesn't serve you. For a lot of you, I feel this is like relationships or wounds from relationships, of like, for some of you it's like heavy betrayals. So as we see in the Magician card, she is creating energy, rainbow energy, and she's putting it all around her. So I see this as you kind of creating your reality in this next transformative stage of your life, where everything is how you perceive it. So what I mean by this is each thing you say comes to light. Each thing you do brings intense change. What I will say in this next transformative stage, you will have less emotional baggage. You will be more free. You will see that you can create your reality more freely as a result of this, where what you say actually comes to fruition, and the kind of steps you take, the baby steps you take towards what you want, starts to have a domino effect on your life of intense changes that happen in your life. With the Fool card, this is a beautiful new beginning, brand new beginning, right opposite the Paradigm Shift card, letting me know that these changes are going to bring, like I said, a domino effect of changes that you're going to one day look back. Spirit is saying 5 months from now. 5 months from now, you're going to look back and see how much your life has changed. And that is what I see here of your next transformation. So I see as you transform yourself in this phase of your life, you're going to feel much more emotionally balanced, much more in tune with your deep emotions. I see that you're going to let your deep emotions guide you. You're going to let your heart guide you to the next steps you're going to take. What I mean by this is, let's say in this next phase of your life, after this transformation takes place, let's say you feel angry. You're going to listen to that emotion like a teacher in this next phase of your life. You're going to allow that emotion to teach you and not shame your emotions, because we as humans are deeply emotional beings, and whoever taught us to shame our emotions just was not emotionally intelligent. Okay, so to be emotionally intelligent, we have to go deep within our emotions and let that emotion guide us to what our soul is trying to say it to us. Spirit is showing me Aquamarine, I think it's that movie, where she puts those little starfishes on her ears and she's letting the starfish talk to her. And the starfish is a symbol of regeneration, of renewal, of this rebirth kind of energy. And I do see that for you, my pal number ones. So it is also a symbol of that, because when you cut a starfish's leg off, it grows back. So I see whatever has been cut out of your life, whatever you cut out of your life, grows back to something even greater. But since these starfish were talking in her ear, I see this as your deepest pains talking to you in your ear, you listening to it, and you creating change within your life, and you rebirthing yourself as a result of listening to that emotion. Okay, let's say you feel anger. You're going to listen to that and know that that anger is teaching you to have more boundaries, teaching you what is not okay, what your soul feels is not okay, what your body feels is not okay. Let's say you feel jealousy within this transformation, after this transformation. You're going to know that that jealousy is teaching you what you desire for yourself, but you feel like you can't get, where you feel like you don't believe in yourself to get it. So you're going to listen to that emotion and create change. Let's say you feel unappreciated. That's going to show you where you need to step back and really put appreciation to yourself, to also review who is not appreciating your efforts and to kind of have conversations with them. Let's say you are feeling deep sadness. That sadness is showing you what hurts you, what hurts your heart, and to create a change there. So I see that in this next phase of your life, you're following your heart, you're listening to your emotions, you're listening to your body, you're listening to your soul, you're listening to your heart. You're going to be deeply in touch and in tune with yourself and your emotions, where you understand it fully, and as a result of that, I see that you have unique gifts. Your gifts deepen as a result of this. So what I've seen in readings is when we are deeply in tune with our emotions, we're also deeply in tune with the spiritual realms. When we are deeply in tune with our heart, we are also deeply in tune with other people's hearts. When we are deeply in tune with who we are, we allow ourselves to understand others better on earth as well. So I see during this phase, this is my pile of pure souls, very pure souls. I see in this next phase of your life, you're going to feel more in tune with your crown chakra. I see your crown chakra opening up, you receiving more information from the universe, but you also feeling energies more, since you're deeply in tune with your own feelings. So let's say you meet someone, you're going to feel their energies, and you're going to have that energy of like, vibes don't lie. I trust myself. I trust my intuition. You're also going to go deeper within your gift of, as I said, intuition, your crown chakra, but you're also going to go deeply within your gift of love. So I see you have the gift of divine love, my pal number ones, and with this gift, it is like we're meant to bring those higher realms of love down to earth. So I see perhaps you forming a greater love for yourself as a result of the heart healing that takes place. It kind of puts you in alignment with your gifts, with your own heart, to create more space in your own heart for love. So Spirit is showing me when we have metaphoric holes in our heart, of like pain in our heart, when someone pours into us, the water kind of flows out, and it doesn't get filled as much with love. But as we fill those holes with love ourselves and heal our hearts, heal those wounds, then when someone pours love into us, it fills more, if that makes sense. So Spirit is showing me that clairvoyantly, and this feeling of like you having more capacity to love, but also be loved in this next phase of your life. Also like a deeper self-love is something I'm seeing. um, where you don't allow people that are going to betray you, that are going to treat you badly around you in this next phase, where you are really having the people that really truly love you genuinely around you, and you're going to feel that love. So I see first heart healing and then heart expansions is what Spirit is showing me. And as a result of this, your reality completely changes. I mean, even this card has like crystals in it. So perhaps you're going to be more spiritual in this next phase of your life with this transformation. Perhaps you're going to get some more crystals to keep in your room, or things like that. Perhaps redecorating is something I'm hearing from Spirit, or moving. Some of you are moving homes. Some of you are just creating great changes within your life, within this new beginning. And you're kind of mastering your gifts with the Eight of Pentacles, but also mastering your emotions, where you master balance within this transformational phase of your life. So Spirit is showing me the eclipse is kind of going to, what's the word? I'm getting the word re-energize you. So not only is it going to bring emotions out, but it's going to re-energize you. And I see after this transformation, you're going to have complete balance between your emotions and the physical world, between the spiritual world and, the physical world, between your masculine energies and your feminine energies. So each of us have masculine and feminine energies. I see that you're going to be kind of in tune with both energies of yourself, in balance in this next phase of your life, where the steps you take are much greater because you're more balanced, if that makes sense. And I see as a result of this, you kind of being put into alignment and the universe kind of taking you where you need to go. So Spirit is not telling me exactly what external changes happen after this transformation, but know that they're going to be great. They're going to be huge. But you're climbing the ladder to it slowly but surely. Where your deepest wishes are going to come true with the Nine of Cups. Because do you see the genie lamp here and all the jewels around her? So I see this as you finding the inner richness within your soul in this next transformational phase of your life. You finding that gold within your soul, you finding those jewels within your soul, those diamonds within your soul, and letting it shine out, and you following that fire, that passion within you, your heart, within this next phase of your life, within this transformational period of your life. And I see you really just being more passionate about life because you have let go of emotions that no longer serve you. You have made more room for much happier emotions, since we end off with yellow here. Yellow to me is a very happy color. It's a color of joy, of happiness, of that expression, of passion as well with the fire. So I just see a lot more inspiration, a lot more motivation after this transformational stage, and you kind of following that fire within you and you just shining bright is something I see here. And you kind of getting your deepest desires and wishes with the genie lamp here as a result of you finding your inner diamonds within your soul. I see after this transformational phase of your life, you're going to be more in tune, like with all your chakras. I see all your chakras being balanced out and being healed and being in alignment, but I also see your throat chakra opening up and you being able to express your truth more. And I see after this transformational phase of your life, there's this kind of energy of you infinitely attracting your deepest desires and wishes to you, my pile number ones. So this is really, really exciting to see. It's going to be a huge shift in your life where your life completely transforms and changes as a result of this. You're going to find yourself having more freedom, financial freedom, emotional freedom, freedom in general. maybe traveling. But yeah, I just see a lot of transformational shifts happening as a result of this. I really hope that this reading resonated, my pal number ones. I'm wishing you the best of luck in this next journey of your life. I know that you will um, kind of make your deepest wishes and dreams come true for yourself. And I know that you can really transform like a butterfly and come out of your, cocoon in this phase of your life. So I'm wishing you the best of luck. I'm sending you so much love, so much healing. And I can't wait to see you in my next reading. If you like this reading, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Bye. Hi there, my pal number twos. If you chose this amethyst crystal, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at your grand transformation, okay? So this is going to be a reading based on the lunar eclipse in Scorpio on the 5th of May, if you haven't seen the intro. But this is also a timeless reading for the kind of transformational energies that are taking place within your life while you watch this reading. So as I say that, please only take what resonates, leave the rest. As you know, the messages may differ for everyone watching. You chose the card transformation. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of your cards for you. Okay, my pal number twos, as I started your reading, I was hearing that song, Uptown Girl, she be living in an uptown world. And I googled the meaning of what it means. Uptown girl means a girl who is rich and sophisticated, one who is used to the comforts and luxuries of life. So it doesn't mean that specifically to gender, but perhaps this is like a song to represent the transformational changes that will be happening within your physical life, where you will be much more rich and sophisticated, enjoying and finding comfort within the luxuries of life. But I think it's also just a fun song, so I think there's going to be a lot of fun new energies. Let's see your cards and see if anything shows up here. So you chose the transformation, and we have full spectrum. We have home. I love this card so much. It's beautiful. We have shine your light. We have Mount Shasta. We have the Lovers. We have the Justice card. We have the Five of Inspiration, which is the Five of Wands. We have the Sun. And lastly, we have the Nine of Materials, which is the Nine of Pentacles, ultimate luxury card. And is that not a synchronicity? I love this for you, my pal number twos. Okay, my pal number twos, now that we have your cards laid out, I see exactly how you are transforming in the stage of your life. As I said, this is a timeless reading, but I'm also going to be talking about the lunar eclipse energies. So if you're watching this after the lunar eclipse, it still is going to be timeless and for you then. Okay, but if you're watching this before the lunar eclipse, then same kind of energies you're going to see. Okay, so with the full spectrum card, I feel like this eclipse will be a deeply transformational card. With the transformation card, deeply transformational time. As we see, I did not expect that card to come out like in your reading, but it's very cool. Especially since our reading is about transformation. And I love just the purple around her. And, you chose the purple amethyst crystal. So I feel not only is it going to be deeply transformational to your emotions, but also your intuition and your spiritual kind of aspect of yourself, your soul. Okay, and I'll explain why in a moment. So I see, with this transformation card, the lady that painted these cards, she kind of was seeing herself, I think, in this kind of photo, and she was alone. As we see the hands over the heart and the heart shining out, I see that as like sending love to yourself. She painted this and she kind of wanted that support around her. She was looking around, as we see, a woman looking up. She wanted that support around her, where she didn't have that kind of support around her. And then she started seeing these feathers hugging her, around her. And it was kind of like her spirit guide's feathers. But sometimes I look at this image and I kind of see it as like our guardian angels kind of wrapping their feathers around us and giving us deep healing and love and nurturing and support within, difficult periods of our life where we're feeling really heavy emotions. Okay, so I see that as this happens, we even see stars around here. The star is a symbol of healing, of hope, of miracles. It's also, the star is the guiding light within the night sky, as we see here. So I see this as like your guides, your angels, giving you immense love and support within this lunar eclipse energy to help support your transformation as you feel and heal and release and kind of transform yourself to this metamorphosis. So I see here a deeply healing time during the eclipse, and we even see crystals here, so perhaps crystal healing will be good for you during this lunar eclipse. But I kind of see this as like your guides kind of supporting you. They're showing me like a baby crying, and maybe they see you as like their little baby, and they're kind of rocking the baby to sleep while it's crying. The baby can't stand on its own while it's crying, but we're holding up the baby and rocking the baby. And that's how your guides feel around you. So some of you, it's your parents, like as guardian angels or guides. For some of you, it's ancestors that are kind of helping you through this, supporting you in this phase of your life, giving you a big hug, supporting you and rocking you as you kind of release those emotions. Okay, so I see during this kind of like lunar eclipse, it's going to be a deeply healing time, as we see rain falling here. Rain to me is like that energy of a cleanse, of releasing deep emotions. When you're a kid and you see the sky raining and you're like kind of like the heavens are crying, like that kind of energy. I see it as like the tears of the sky, clearing away our energies, clearing away our emotions that we're not meant to hold on to anymore. So I see here, it's like with the full spectrum card, her hands are kind of like wrapped in these leaves. I've never seen that before in this card. So I also feel Mother Gaia around some of you if you're drawn to Mother Gaia. I also feel like deity energy here. I can't put my finger on it. This kind of looks like cat ears. Bastet, I hope I'm pronouncing the name right for some of you. And this kind of reminds me of Buddha. Some of you have deities around you. If you know what I'm talking about, then this message is for you. If you don't, it's not for you. But like these vines wrapping around her kind of reminds me of Mother Gaia's energy as well. Okay, so if you do resonate with that Mother Gaia message, you can take it. If you do resonate with, praying to deities and things like that, then you can take our message. But I also can't really put my finger on it because I don't really worship deities or like contact deities, so I don't really know which energies feel like what, but I do feel like a higher energy around me, if that makes sense. So I see here it's like a deeply transformational time and shift within your emotional field where you understand the full spectrum of life. So, since her knees are underneath the ground, she kind of reminds me of the lotus flower. The lotus flower's message is like it starts off as a seed in the mud, and then it grows into the water, and the water is a representation of healing. The mud is a representation of, the darkness, the pain, the suffering we go through. And then it blooms above the water into a beautiful, beautiful lotus flower. And I feel like that's you. Even the fact that we see like flowers blooming and giving out good energy here, I feel like you're gonna bloom like a flower. You're gonna grow. You're really gonna have a lot of growth within this lunar eclipse and this transformational time of your life. I see, even if you don't work with Mother Gaia, I see Mother Gaia clearing away the root chakra for some of the people here watching Pile 2. Clearing away energies in the root chakra so that you can feel safe on earth. Because some of you have experienced deep pains within this lifetime where you haven't quite felt safe on earth. And I see her doing that to you over this lunar eclipse, helping you grow, helping you bloom like a beautiful flower. I'm hearing Mother Mary for some of you is around you during this eclipse. So I've seen a download that she's around a lot of women right now in the collective. You don't have to be religious to resonate with this message, but she's around a lot of women right now, clearing out our womb space. Because our sacral chakra, where the womb is our place where we kind of give birth to new experiences. Doesn't just have to be babies, but new experiences where we kind of create our deepest realities and our deepest desires. So I've seen her kind of be around a lot of women right now, clearing those energies out. So we can really magnetize our deepest desires and feel deeply in tune with our womb space and that sacred energy of creation. So I see that. I see like just immense amount of healing happening for you, my pile number 2s, where you are really understanding the dark and the light. So I see a lot of healing happening within your shadow self, within that wounded part of you, where you are really deeply giving love to that wounded part of yourself and healing that part of yourself as we see the rain. Now I'm hearing that song by Hilary Duff. It's like, let the rain fall down and wash away, something like that. So it's like almost like a metaphor for things are washing away. So perhaps crying would be good to release during this time. And like kind of doing activities that help you just feel your emotions, like I said in pile number 1, like art therapy, as we see the sun card, I think would be very good for you. Crystal healing, listening to meditations, listening to chakra healing, as we see the chakras here, like chakra meditations, listening to music that helps you feel your emotions, things like that is kind of what I see. So I see during this like kind of like transformational period, you are just releasing a lot of hurt, wounds, and pains within you so you can grow and bloom like a beautiful flower. Okay. And I'm hearing from Spirit, you are very, very powerful souls. You're like that person that can grow anywhere within any environment. You know, when we see um, flowers growing in unusual places, I feel like that's you. Like nothing can stop your growth during this time. It's a huge transformation for you. Since you picked the transformation card, it's a huge transformation for you within your emotions, where you really understand the bad moments of our life and how they help us really appreciate the good moments in life, and kind of appreciating both, because they teach us something beautiful about life, because life is full of duality. And I see you kind of integrating this duality, coming to enlightenment, coming to a spiritual awakening where all your chakras align during this lunar eclipse in Scorpio, where you come to enlightenment and you heal a lot within yourself and you grow as a person. Because life is full of duality. So I just see you coming to understand the duality of life and understand that there is darkness and light, and there's both on earth, but both teaches us something greatly about the humans on earth. You know what I mean? I just see a lot of enlightening energy around you during this lunar eclipse, during this transformation, and you kind of aligning all parts of you. As I said that, my throat kind of cracked up. So I felt the throat chakra's energies as well. Your throat chakra is going to go through cleansings. So I'm hearing singing can also help open up your throat chakra, especially singing songs about your pain. It can bring in a lot of healing, okay, during this transformational time of your life. I kind of see you like with this wings here, fluttering away from the pain, fluttering away from the dark moments of your life, accepting that that happened, but then fluttering away from that and being like, you know, I deserve better. I deserve a more happier reality. So I see a lot of reflection as we see, you know, a woman looking into different kind of mirrors. I see you reflecting on your life during this transformational period through all different perspectives and kind of looking at the truth of the situation, because mirrors represent truth. And you know, the Justice card is also here. So I see a lot of truths, a lot of revelations, a lot of kind of like these understandings of life coming to you during this transformational period of your life, where you really understand life on a deeper level, on a deeper spectrum, where you understand just your own pain on a deeper spectrum, where you see the truth of things. You may have a lot of realizations during this time, or just understanding yourself a lot deeper, or the human mind, the human emotions, the human kind of spectrum of feelings. I see you kind of just accepting your own truth, facing the truth of each situation during this transformation of your life. And I just see this energy of like, you know how there's different paths here? I see you changing this path where you have once experienced darkness and walking towards a much happier path with the Sun card and the Nine of Pentacles ending off here. So I see you choosing a much happier path, choosing to kind of let go of this energy during this transformation and giving yourself justice is what I see here. I see you kind of just letting go of a lot of the things you've held on to, really looking within, really having a lot of realizations, understanding yourself, analyzing your emotions deeper, and just kind of connecting to yourself on a deeper level. I see deep awakenings within this transformation. Where you really awaken to your own potential, your own power, where you really awaken to this kind of new beginning energy is something I'm seeing within your cards. I'm seeing you gain a lot more strength after this kind of what is the word, transformation. I see you really gaining a lot of strength within this, and realizing your own power, putting that crown back on your head, taking back your power in this next phase of your life. I also see a lot of heart healing, and as a result of this heart healing, your heart is bigger and has more capacity for love and to be loved, is something I'm seeing within this transformation. I see you kind of making a choice to let go of those things that you once held on to, and to go towards a new beginning within your mindset, if that makes sense. Um, I see a lot of just you taking back your power in this next phase of your life, being a lot more aware and awakened, understanding yourself on a deeper level. I see you kind of pouring love into yourself, forming a deeper self-love for yourself, and then overflowing onto others. I see a deep evolution here, a deep kind of energy of like you just evolving as a person, transforming as a person. I just see you kind of feeling more safe within your body, within your reality, trusting your intuition more, trusting what your intuition is telling you more, being deeply, what's the word? Connected to your spirituality, to your angels, to your guides, to your ancestors. And it's like you put the crown back on your head and you believe you're worthy of truly shining. You're believing you're worthy of being happy and having happy, fun moments in your life full of joy. I see you transforming into this person that really shines and takes up space and isn't afraid to love deeply, because I feel like you have big hearts, my pile number twos. But as a result of this heart healing, as I said in pile number one, it's very similar, just this message where I said to pile number one, I saw like if you have holes within your heart, metaphorically, where it's like hurt and pain within your heart, and someone pours love into you, it's going to come out. Just like when we see a pot with like plants in it, if you water it and there's holes at the bottom, it's going to come out at the bottom, the water. So your heart isn't going to be receiving as much love, you know what I mean? But then when we close up those holes and we really pour healing into those kind of metaphoric holes within our heart, we allow more love to stay there and to not kind of pour out. And then we kind of allow our heart to overflow with love onto others, and we have a deeper ability to give and receive love when we heal our heart. So our heart expands, as we see here. Your heart is going to get much bigger, and you're going to really feel at home within your heart. You're really going to feel a deep love for life and a deep love for humans and the people around you. You're just going to find, I feel like some of you are going to meet soul family, are going to meet a kind of community of people, or create families, or move into a new home, meet a lover, get married in this next transformational phase of your life, have that family kind of unity, or meet your soul family and have a kind of community there. That's what I'm seeing for you, where you just feel deeply in love with the people around you, and you're not afraid to give them love because you feel that kind of energy of like them giving that love back to you. And it's not a unbalanced kind of thing. I really see you shining in this next phase of your life. Shining like the sun, bright like the sun. You're going to really feel very happy after this transformation takes place. You're going to see a lot of blessings come in. A lot of physical, material blessings. Like perhaps some of you are moving homes, as I said before. I heard that song, Uptown Girl. She been living in an uptown world. So perhaps you move to a bigger home. Perhaps you meet a lover and you like travel the world with the Mount Shasta card, where you explore different parts of the world, or perhaps you receive blessings with a promotion at your work where you now are able to explore the world more, your local town or city or state where you are able to kind of explore life a little bit more and have more fun with life, like go out whenever you want to and not have to stress about anything. I just see a lot of blessings coming in for you as this transformation takes place from your ancestors as kind of like a reward for this healing you've done. And it's like you've put the crown back on your head and you have really believed you're worthy of good things coming your way, and you know, blessings do eventually come your way. For some of you, it's many different blessings, as we see here. Oh, sorry about that. Many different blessings, as we see here, coming in for you in little increments is something I'm hearing. So I just feel like in this next phase of your life, you're going to see a lot of blessings come through. You're going to feel very happy with the things you're receiving from the universe, manifestations you're receiving from the universe, things that make you happy, things that make you smile. You're just going to see a lot more smiling, laughter, playfulness, fun, happy energies in this next phase of your life, because you've also let go of those old emotions that didn't allow you to feel that joy with you. So I really feel positive about this transformation that is taking place within your life by pile number 2s. I really feel like this is going to be a very happy, joyous time for you, as we see here in these last 2 cards. I want you to continue shining your lights, continue loving hard, and continue seeing that this happiness is possible for you, seeing that these beautiful moments, beautiful blessings are possible for you, and that you're worthy of it, my pile number 2s. I really hope that this, reading just helps you also have clarity on your life right now and how you're kind of transforming as a person. I'm wishing you the best of luck in your journey. I'm sending you so much love, so much healing, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. If you did like this video, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you again. Bye! Hi there, my pile number 3s. If you chose this rose quartz crystal, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at your grand transformation, how you're transforming in this phase of your life. So this reading is based on the lunar eclipse energies happening on Friday, on May 5th. Okay, but if you are watching this after that, this is also a timeless reading. I have kind of set the intention for both energies to take place. So whenever you're watching this reading still applies. You chose the card Soul Star Chakra, and it says merging with the divine. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of your cards, but before I do, please remember, only take what resonates and leave the rest, as the messages may differ for everyone watching. Okay, so for your cards, we have Radical Expansion, we have Gracious Receptivity, we have Harmonic Flight, and lastly we have Star Seer for your oracle cards. For your tarot cards, we have the 6 of Emotions, which is the 6 of Cups. We have the 8 of Voices, which is the 8 of Swords. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Ace of Inspiration, which is the Ace of Wands. We have the Queen of Inspiration, which is the Queen of Wands. So my pile number 3s, now that we have your cards laid out, I see exactly how you are transforming as a person with this kind of energies happening right now. So I see this energy, as I started this reading, I heard a really funny song. I guess Spirit is just being playful because in pile 2 I also heard a playful song. For you, I'm hearing like, I'm not afraid to take a step. So I hear that. And I also hear someone fixing up their apartment while I started your reading, which is not a coincidence. So I take fixing up your apartment as like fixing up your home, fixing up, perhaps some of you are fixing up your homes or renovating or moving or something like that. Or perhaps it's a metaphor for your emotional body, because Spirit has shown me this before. When we experience pain within our emotional body, Spirit has shown it to me like a metaphor, like a house. This house is our emotional field, our emotional body. And when pain happens to us, it's like someone has taken a rock and thrown it at the window of the house, and that window has broken. But when we experience trigger warning, immense trauma, it's like that whole house has fallen apart. Like just like when we experience, tornadoes, things like that. It can be like a tornado to our emotional body. So depending on the emotional experiences we've experienced, depends on how much damage that home has happened to it, if that makes sense. And past life trauma can also be another hit on that house, if that makes sense. So what I want to say about this is you are busy fixing up your emotional body, clearing out what no longer needs to be there, clearing out things from the past, even from your inner child. I see this as inner child healing, since we see someone looking back very nostalgic and it's their inner child. So I see a lot of inner child healing for some of you. I also just see you kind of letting go of the memories of pain that you've held onto within your emotional body, fixing up those pains within you with your emotions and healing your heart, as you chose the, rose quartz heart. We even have the heart expansion card here with this dragon clearing out her heart. We see lightning in the back here. Lightning to me is that energy of like that intense emotional pain we've experienced. And then we see this dragon bringing rainbows here. So the dragon is a representation of our power and strength. So perhaps the dragon spirit is helping you on this journey to release your emotions as you transform, or the divine is helping you, kind of merging with you and taking on little bits and pieces of your pain to help you fix up that house of your emotional body. And when we fix up our emotional body, as like a metaphor for the house, we first have to start small. So we first have to evaluate what is broken in the house. How much is broken in this house? Okay, and then we're going to think about, what do I need to fix here? Okay, and we need to take it step by step, day by day. We can't fix a whole house in one day. You get what I mean? So I see it as like that energy. Step by step, day by day, we fix little bit by little bit, little bit by little bit. Of course, you're not meant to be fixed as people, as humans, but I'm just using it as a metaphor for what I'm hearing from Spirit, okay? So I see this as you basically clearing out the energies in your heart, the things that have broken your heart, clearing it out, fixing up those things in your emotional body, clearing out the clutter, clearing out what is broken, and fixing it and renovating your emotional body, building onto that, building onto what you have cleared out and healed, and building onto that. So for example, let's say you have a lot of pain within your heart, a lot of tears to release. First, you're going to release those tears, then you're going to, after that, pour into yourself after that, because you want to give yourself that time and space of healing, and then you're going to do some self-care. That's the kind of energy I see as an example. Or let's say you have experienced a lot of people in your life that have been kind of shady towards you, kind of betray you, backstab you, smile in your face but be another way elsewhere. I see a lot of heart healing where you are letting go of those experiences slowly but surely, but then also building up stability within yourself where you're like to yourself, you deserve to be loved fully, you deserve to be loved healthily, you deserve to be loved with all someone's heart, like really giving to yourself after healing that. So I see a lot of you healing perhaps wounds like that, or wounds where wounds of abandonment or rejection, or wounds where there has been a lack of love or lack of something, like lack of money, lack of something in your life, where you are filling up that lack within your heart with love and healing that lack within your heart to almost like when we fix a home and there's a hole in the home, we have to fill up that hole. It's almost like that within your heart. That's what Spirit is showing me. And Spirit is kind of showing me you letting go of a lot, in a sense of like, you know, a snake shedding its skin. And it can be a very painful shedding process, but as this happens, your new skin comes on and there's this new energy. So I see you letting go of a lot within your heart space, healing a lot within your heart space. And, you know, the dragon spirit is here to help you have the courage and strength to do that. And your guides are also supporting you while you do that, taking some of it away from you so that it's not too intense, if that makes sense. So when you feel these emotions are too intense during this transformation, ask your guides to just help you by making it a little bit easier for you by carrying some of it for you. And I see it just like you letting go of a lot that kept you stuck, that a lot that kept you in this dark kind of energy of like, I don't really like life, you know what I mean? Life is painful, life is sad, where you're changing. As we see the Wheel of Fortune here, the Wheel of Fortune talks about things changing in our favor. And now that you've released things in your heart is expanding with love. As I said, new skin. You have shed your old skin and now you are transforming into this new person, this better version of yourself, where you have let go of that old version of yourself associated with that pain slowly but surely. And you are now coming to this, after that you come to like a void stage in your life where it's like Spirit is showing me, before we paint the home is white. Now we need to paint that home and color onto it and build onto it. So I see that like where it's kind of like just white around, where we need to build on that and need to paint and need to color our life experience after clearing away what isn't meant to be there. Now it's just like a white blank room is something Spirit showing me, where we now are going to build onto this and add things to it, add decorations to it, to our life, add color to our life. I see exactly that, because we go from this darkness to yellow in your cards. Okay, so I see the Wheel of Fortune, your fate kind of turning in the right direction towards happier moments in your life with the yellow here. Okay, I see you ending a lot of cycles and feeling a lot more relaxed in this next phase of your life. I see you adding on friendships or gaining deeper friendship with the friends you already have that are meant for you. Okay, I see a lot of challenges that you once felt confused about, where you now find solutions to. I see a lot of the lack within your life being filled up and you receiving a lot from the universe kind of putting that crown on you and being like, here, my prince, my princess, here's all the blessings for you. You deserve these blessings. You deserve to feel good about your life. You deserve to have whatever has been lacked in your life to be filled up. So if you had a lack of love, love is going to come your way with the harmonic flight card. I see a significant romantic connection within this transformation and significant friendships as well. So if you are single, then a new connection that is coming in that is going to help you transform your life even more. That is just going to help you feel a lot happier in life. Not that we're depending on a person for happiness, but this person is a soul connection and the love is eternal. Look at the way they're kind of looking into each other's eyes. There's a lot of emotional vulnerability here in love, and transparency is something I'm hearing, and genuinity. So I see this as like, if you are in a relationship, you forming a deeper bond to your partner where you have more emotional vulnerability, more love, more commitment. And I see this kind of like a soul partner, soulmate, twin flame kind of energy, or meeting your soul tribe through friends and things like that. I also see a lot of the lack in terms of finances and physical material things, like with your career being filled up, where you're getting a lot of blessings, physical, tangible blessings from the universe. You know, as I spoke about homes a lot, building a home, perhaps some of you are actually buying a home or building a home or renovating or getting new furniture or getting new clothes, or it's like your life is upgrading. I'm hearing that song, Let Me Upgrade You by Beyonce, and you're climbing the ladder to the most happiest, most fulfilled life with the star here, where you're no longer in the darkness. Your guides are guiding you towards that light, because the star represents light, and the star is the guiding light within the night sky. So I see this as your guides guiding you to the path where there is the most light, where there's the most fulfillment, where there's the most happiness, where there's the most love, where there's the most blessings, and be open to receiving these blessings from the universe. I'm also seeing expensive jewelry. I don't know why I'm seeing that. Some of you may get gifts from the universe, from people, if that makes sense. I just see you building in this next phase of your life after you release your emotions and what's no longer serve you. I see you building a happier, more celebratory life. I just see this as a new phase in your life where, you know, you've learned from those experiences and those moments that kind of hurt you, and you've learned from the emotions behind that. You've expanded your heart, and now you're able to love deeper with the connections in your life, not just romantic. So I just see a lot of that for you, my pile number 3s. It's a lot of exciting things coming towards you in this next phase of your life. You're just going to feel less stuck. You're going to feel more like doors are opening for you. You're going to feel like rainbows are flowing into your head with ideas and inspiration. I just see a lot of inspiration, a lot of motivation, a lot of this passion, drive for life. You kind of climbing the ladder towards a happier, more fulfilled life is something I see. I just see you taking this new journey and seeing it as a celebration for you to build the most fulfilled life is something I keep hearing from Spirit. And I see within this next chapter of your life, after this transformation, a lot of blessings, a lot of opportunities coming your way, physical and, you know, relationship wise. And I see a lot of healing, a lot of heart healing, you kind of viewing life with that inner child perspective after healing your inner child, where you view life with color again, and you're now painting your world with color all around. So I'm hearing a quote my friend said to me yesterday, where she's like, the darkness, sometimes we see the darkness as bad, but sometimes it allows us to paint onto the experiences we want, paint our life with color. So, you know, as I said, I saw like the white, like a white room, and then you're painting the room with color. If everything was just like white. She said to me, like white rooms everywhere. There would be no color. So the darkness adds like color to our lives. So I see this as like the darkness you've experienced was painful in your life. It hurt your heart, but it allows you to deeply appreciate the blessings and the color that does come into your life, if that makes sense. So I see you painting your world with color, with beautiful experiences in this next phase of your life after you transform. I just see you being a lot more connected to your heart. Your heart is a lot more open to new experiences, new opportunities, new people. And I just see you climbing the ladder to you shining like a star as well. You're going to be a lot more confident within yourself, a lot more of the sense of self-worth within yourself in this next phase, chapter of your life. You're going to be a lot more just seeing life with color, following your intuition, following your heart, and kind of trusting in the divine, kind of just, it's like I said, the wheel of fortune is turning in your favor, and you're just going to get a lot of blessings from the universe in this next phase of your life, where you're just going to feel like you're really on the right path, if that makes sense. I want to say, in this next phase of your life, I see it like your life is a canvas and you're painting whatever experiences you want to paint, is something I'm seeing. Okay, so I just feel very positive about this for you, my pile number 3s. You know, even with the yellow here, it's just a happy color. I just feel like this new phase after this transformation, you're just going to feel a lot more happier. You know, we even see a crown here. You've put the crown back on your head, crowned yourself. You've now, I'm hearing, really going to be rewarded by the universe for how you've kind of transformed yourself. And as a result of you transforming yourself, your life transforms around you, is something I'm seeing within your cards. Okay, my pile number 3s. So I'm really wishing you the best on this journey. Know that I'm hearing like everything is in the palm of your hands. You can create your reality the way you desire in this next phase of your life. And I'm really wishing you the best. I'm really sending you so much healing, so much love, and so much positive energies to look forward to. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye!